Hey guys, Kev here, and it's my favorite time as a knife company owner. It's prototype time. Yeah. So it's the most nerve-wracking and the funnest time, right? Now, I cheated a little bit because I was on my lunch when this box showed up and I couldn't wait. So, I present to you the Divo Knives Lush. This is a prototype from Kansept, and we are talking fat carbon, titanium, 20 CV blade steel. The design overall may look a little familiar to you. It is based on our barley design that we did as a slip joint that is an urban EDC knife. We designed it, but it's their knife, and we really liked the design, so we wanted to make a locking version of it, and we kind of tweaked it quite a bit, and we came out with the Lush. Now, due to timing and everything with the slip joint, this one might be released sooner. We don't know yet. We shall see. But if this one right here is any indication of what's in the rest of these boxes, I am going to be stoked. Kansept crushed. So I already flipped this one over to lefty carry. We are rocking the wire clip, which I think works really well on this model. The one reason I like wire clips is it doesn't hide your inlays, right? So you can see that fat carbon pretty much throughout, and the clip doesn't really hide it away. So I think it works really well on this model. We are starting to get away from it a little bit now. I'm not sure if the replacement clips will work on this. That's something we'll probably tweak if needed so that it will. But honestly, I think the wire clip is the best option here. So we did two versions for prototype because they didn't have a bunch of fat carbon options. So we did the White Storm. Let me see how many I got here. We got that one. We got this one. White Storm. Centering's good. Everything looks solid. This blade, dude. Oh my god. Good action. Let me just clean them off because they are a bit oily. That's how you tend to get stuff from China. You'll notice something cool about the the lock bar access, but let me just do a quick rundown. That one's good. It looks like maybe a little off center to that side, but it is a prototype, and that's why we do things like prototyping, and maybe just needs to be tightened a little bit. I did notice a couple things once they showed us the prototypes that, you know, normally we wouldn't do, but one of them I'm glad they did, and one of them will have to change. But man, the action on these is really good. Pretty much dead nuts there as well. Maybe slightly over to this side. So those are the White Storm fat carbon versions. Let me just kind of tuck these. Yeah, I opened it and I saw two Kansept boxes, and I was like, what? There's only two? Well, they piled them in. So they must not have had a ton of the Arctic material. This is the Arctic fat carbon. We wanted the purple haze as well, but they didn't have it at the time. So we could do, you know, in production or pre-order, however we do it, we could do, you know, maybe 4 versions. We could do blue, White Storm, purple, and red. We could, you know, just do a combination, just do 2. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but that one's solid. So then we have another White Storm. So they did 5 White Storms, it looks like. I'm only testing them with the top flipper as I open them for the first time here. But so far, they're all doing that pretty well. All right, so let's put that there. And we got 2 more in the Arctic centered. Looking good. Oh, Jesus. right, let me tuck these away too. I'm probably gonna pack 2 of these up right away and send them off to Colin so he can get his grubby mitts on them. But here is this one, pretty much centered on that as well. Clean that blade off. Is that a chip in the edge there? Yeah. That's a chunk of a chip too. Something to note for sure. Look at that. Can you see it? It's right there. Let me zoom in. See that chip? No bueno. No bueno on that. So obviously they're prototypes, so keep that in consideration. In production, all this stuff gets dialed in. We ask for changes and whatnot, right? So here they are. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Lush prototypes for you guys to check out here, I guess. I don't know. So first off, let's go over the knife. Let me just put 2 of each. Let me put 1 of each here. I'll put these aside so we don't get distracted, Wouldn't want to get distracted now, would we? So you can see one set up for lefty and one set up for righty, okay? What is unique about this knife? So what I think is unique about this knife is the flipper design. So Colin really came up with a really unique, I think it's unique, front flipper style. So you can actually actuate this in 3 different ways. Well, 4, 5 technically if you're going to count the fuller, which we will, but I'm talking about the flipper tab. So you have this sort of flipper tab that comes out just a little bit of the frame here and here, and it's jimped all the way up and around this sucker, right? And then you have these kind of cuts, these little like lightning cuts. I don't know what to call them, but they're fucking sharp. Really cool. Then we have these fat carbon inlays. Now, one of the things I mentioned that I noticed right off the bat is these are T6 screws. Not a fan of that. Now, if those end up not being structural, so if I take the clip screw and the pivot out and the knife comes apart, then you know what? I'm not opposed to the T6s to kind of hide the screws. But if there's another screw under here, I can't remember how we constructed it at the current moment. If there's another screw under here, then I need all these to be T8. Because if you're going to be going in and out of here, it needs to be T8. But it does look nice that they're kind of smaller, and that might be why they did it. I'm not sure. But you obviously have bead blasted titanium, then you have satin hardware. Another thing I noticed is they did a dual-sided pivot, so you have T8 on each side instead of our logo here. Now, we are starting to go away from the logo because, I don't know, I don't love how it looks, so we're just doing sterile at this point. But, we have knives in production that have it and whatnot, and maybe budget knives will have it, but, for something like this, I think this looks really good, honestly, and I kind of like spinning pivots with tooling on 2 sides because you have less issues. You can get it apart, easier, I think. But anyway, the blade is tucked away down here, nice back spacer. We do have a slight contour to the scale. And yeah. Oh, we also have a T6 here, which, that is a very small area, so maybe they couldn't fit a T8, but that's all stuff we'll figure out. Obviously, we want it to be T8 all around. If there's reasons why we can't, we'll figure it out. But anyway, to the front flipper. So you can come up here and you can hit it like a Bic lighter, kind of like our Buzz design, right? So you can hit it up like that. Oops. You can hit it up like that. Here, this one I flicked a bunch already, so it's kind of broken in. So it'll come up like that. And then you can also use it as a traditional front flipper. So you can get in front of it here and just, it freaking hammers out when you do that one. The top flipper, you got to give it a little bit of a kick and then it'll fly out. If you just do no wrist, it'll come out, but it's not as satisfying. But if you pop it, it certainly does. This one just naturally pops. Then on top of that, you have a really good spot right here to do a reach around. So you can come around on it and just do the reach around, right? And then you have the fuller here, which I think after playing with it a little bit, this is a belt satin. After playing with it a little bit, I think we might want to make it slightly taller or more aggressive somehow. Now, I can get my finger in there pretty well and fire that sucker out. But I don't know. I just feel like I did miss it a couple times early on. So I don't know if it's just an adjustment thing or if we just need to sharpen it up. But it flies out of there. You can do that, obviously, left-handed or right-handed. Now, the thumb flick is not easy because that's one reason I was thinking maybe we sharpen it up or make it taller so you can get more thumb in there, because it's kind of hard to get in there and flick it. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't, but not my favorite. I wouldn't do it anyway, but maybe some people would, and you can still walk it out, right? You can still take that and walk it out like that. Now, the other cool thing, I think, is the disengagement, the lock bar access. You have this sort of square cut in here. Now, it's not like deep. It's not crazy. It's not like getting in the way ergonomically as far as I can tell. But what it does is allows the bolster lock to be disengaged from down here versus up at the lock bar. Like a lot of knives, you kind of come up here and disengage. This one, you're down here. You get a nice little chamfer there. And zoink. I mean, it really wants to come down. So you just got to, get out of the way. If you're not a nail guy, just do that. Oh, I didn't even try. Ooh, I didn't even try the rollback. Somebody's going to be able to do this. I suck at it. I just did it, but that hurt. So somebody else can show me how to do it. No, I can't get it. But very, very minimal on the bolster lock area here. So hold on, give me 1 second. Very minimal on the bolster lock area. So what that means is left-handed, you really have nothing to worry about. I was a little concerned waiting for the prototypes. Where was my finger going to land? Because it's not a huge knife, right? For reference, I think it's about the size of an f5.5. I think it should be around a 2.9-inch blade. But, yeah, right around there. I mean, it's almost identical in size to an f5.5. It's obviously a lot slimmer, and it's completely different. But, dude, I love it. I love it. Some of my thoughts initially are maybe it'd be worth bringing this guy out a touch or bringing this guy up a touch. I don't know. I don't know if it would help to have more, there. I think it's more just you just gotta hit it. And then on the front flipper, it's like it doesn't look like it'd be good at all, but man, it freaking rips. It's insane. It really pops. I don't know if you can hear it. Another thing that I noticed is it doesn't quite click when it closes. It kind of just thuds in. And they've all been like that, I think. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't think it's a super strong detent. Like, I mean, I can shake it out, but, I really tried there. Yeah, you're not getting it out just by, So they dialed these detents. I'm a detent snob. And they dialed these perfectly. Because of the way you use the fuller, you have to dig in. Like, you have to dig your nail in. You have to push, right? So that builds up pressure, and then you just pop it, If it was a hole, I think it would feel a little light, but it doesn't at all with the fuller. And then it's perfect on the front flipper. And the ergos on this are ridiculous. Just as good as the Barley, but you have a little bit of a thicker handle. Not thick. The barley is super thin. The barley is 0.32, which is just stupid thin. This guy's like 0.47 maybe. Let me just get the, there we go. Yeah, 0.47, 0.48. Does not feel thick in any way, shape, or form. Feels amazing in the hand, really. Yeah, this feels good. There's no jimping on the spine. Is that something we want to add? I don't know. It's a flat spine. I don't really feel like you're gonna slip off of it. There's enough meat there. We just don't like random jimping. I guess we could maybe put some Vox style jimping out here. I don't know how that would go with the design. That's something we'll talk about, but I don't think it's needed. The edge is stupid sharp. This is, oh my God. The grind is amazing. It's got to be like 15, maybe, behind the edge. 17. Try back here. 13. All right, go on, go. I'm kind of low. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting the right measurement there, but so I got 13, 17, and 18. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's freaking sticky sharp. And I'm pretty sure we asked for a hollow grind. I think that's what we got. I mean, it feels like one for sure. Yep. Yep. A little bit of a hollow there. Not crazy, but it honestly doesn't need it. Because, I'll show you. I mean, I don't know if you can see me just shaving paper, but is that a saying? Paper shaving sharp? Yeah, these are absolute money, guys. I am super excited about this. I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't know the timeline on this at all. We have so many things going on. I know that we love it, and I know that we want to get it going. So we'll get with Kansept. We'll get our feedback. I'll probably send a couple of these out to some folks I really trust and want opinions on the knife from, and then we'll figure it out. You know, I don't know how it's gonna work. If we're gonna do a pre-order, if we're gonna put it right into production and do a short pre-order, that'd kind of be my ideal scenario. Maybe we're gonna do the 2 pre-order system I was talking about, which is basically like a kind of like a Kickstarter backer pre-order where you get a really good discount, and then we'll do another short pre-order a couple months before they deliver at a more, you know, it'll cost more there, and then retail will be even more. So it's kind of like a 3-tiered system. So if you want the best price, you get in early, and you know, you got to wait the 5 months or however long. I don't know what Kansept's turnaround is. And then you know, something like that. It's kind of an idea I had. Let me know what you guys think of that. I don't know if, you know, anybody's interested in paying a little less to wait a little longer, or, you know, but we'll figure it out. And basically, I just wanted to show these off because, woo-hoo-hoo, they is good, people. Oh, see, I missed that one. So I don't know. I also haven't flicked this one like at all, so I got it ready. Is this one just stiffer? Hold on. Oh, yeah. See, that one's got a... Woo! That one's got a good detent. Pop. So that makes it harder to flick, I guess? I don't know. Still can... Oh. Oh. There it goes. Yeah, it might be a little too strong for the actual front flipper. Might send this one to Colin. He loves a clicky detent. This is the clickiest one I've heard. The rest of them have been a little bit less so. Let's see. That one's a little bit. This one's on the lighter side. At least it feels like it. Not really. They probably just need to break in. I mean, I've had them for 10 seconds. See how this one is. I gotta find that one with the chip. Yeah, that one's got the clicky detent. So Colin will get that one. He'll appreciate that, I think. So let me know what you guys think down below. Any feedback you want to give me would be amazing. Any thoughts you have would be equally amazing. We appreciate it. We love you guys so much. Thank you for all of the support. It is truly amazing. And yeah, I will catch you guys later.